Welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a long time and very well overdue, but I'm hoping to be back for good now. Back to recording as often as possible. I actually had a few friends say, please go back to YouTube, please start recording again. So that's why I'm here. So yeah, basically I just created just something really colourful and bright. Not sure what I'm going to call it, but hopefully once the video's up I'll have an idea. But yeah, if you would like to see how I created this look, then please keep on watching. Okay, so I'm going to start off doing my brows using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in medium brown. I used to always use the dip brow, but just lately I've got into using this. I'm really liking it, so that's cool. And I find the Brow Wiz is just really easy to work with. So that's what we're doing today. So now that that bit's done, I'm going to go in with my NYX full coverage concealer in the shade Fair, and I'm just going to use a simple concealer brush. This one is the Spectrum A16, which is brilliant in my opinion for just tidying up my eyebrows. Buff out the concealer I just put on, I'm going to use my Spectrum CO5 brush, just so that it's not as harsh, and so I'm not looking ridiculous mainly. Okay, so I just primed and set my eyes off camera just because it's not something you need to see, and I'm going to start off with the Modern Renaissance palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I'm going to be going in with this shade as my transition colour, and I'm going to be using my Wayne Goss 06 brush. So we're just going to pop this into my crease, just going back and forth until it's nice. Blended. This is just going to help the other colours not seem so harsh and blocky. Then I'm going to go in with my Karity palette. This is just the really bright one that they do. And I'm going to be using the shade Alexi first, which is this pink shade here. And again, I'm going to pop that into my crease. And I love this palette because it's bright, so it's brilliant for anything kind of colourful, and the pigment is insane. And I find these colours really easy to blend, which I always find difficult with brighter colours. So would definitely. I'm going to go in with the shade Lumbia, which is just a brighter pink basically, because I want this look to be quite bright and colourful. Next I'm going to be going in with the shade Vegas, which is just this really nice bright orange, and we're going to be using a flat fluffy brush for this, and I'm going to apply this to the outer V of my eyelid. My Modern Renaissance palette, and I'm going to be using the shade Rilgar. I think that's how it's pronounced. And I'm just going to use a fluffy dome brush for this, and just in the very outer corner of my eye I'm just going to deepen that orange a bit and give it a bit of dimension. With the shade Love Letter, which is just this really nice deep pink, and I'm going to pop that into the crease to again add dimension to the pinks. Back in with my Karity palette, and I'm going to be using the shade Tweety, which is just a really nice bright yellow. And to apply that I'm going to be using my Spectrum A13 brush. Right, we're going to move on to the face now, and I'm going to prime my skin with the Nivea for Men Sensitive Post Shave Balm. Pop that all over. The foundation I'm going to be using is the Marc Jacobs Remarkable Full Coverage Foundation Concentrate. I recently not discovered this but purchased this and fell in love. I've only used it twice so far, but I really like it. You know, just good coverage and all that jazz, and I'm all for a good coverage. For concealer I'm going to be using my Tarte Shape Tape in the shade Fair, and I'm just going to pop that on my chin, Cupid's bow, on my nose, forehead, a little bit under my eyes. again, I'm going to use my beauty blender to blend that all in.
To settle that, I'm going to be using my Wonder 2 Paraffin Selfie HD Photo Finishing Powder in, this is just a translucent one. And again, I'm going to be using my sponge to apply this. For bronzer, I'm going to be using the Essence Mosaic Compact Powder in the shade Sunkissed Beauty. I love this as a bronzer. It's just a really pretty shade. So. Off on it. To highlight, I'm going to be using my Hollywood Beauty Light Wand by Charlotte Tilbury. This is like a liquid formula. And I like to use my beauty blender to apply this, so I just pop it on my beauty blender on the little spongy part of the wand, and then I just pop it wherever I want highlight, and I just sort of use this as something that my powder highlight can stick to, but it creates a really quite natural highlight if that's also what you're looking for. So quite often I use this for clients because it's just really subtle and quite pretty. So not too overbearing. And then for powder highlight, I'm going to be using my GRWM powder highlight in Citron. I really like this shade, it's just a really pretty shade. And I'm going to use my Spectrum AO4 brush, which is just like a domey fluffy brush. So everywhere that I applied the Beauty Light Wand, I'm going to apply the powder. This just gives it a bit more of an intense highlight. So that's my base done. Now I'm going to go back in with the eyes, and I'm going to be using these shades. I'm going to go back in with the shade Alexi, and I'm going to mix these two pinks together. So that's Alexi and Lumbia. And the brush I'm going to be using is that Wayne Goss brush that I used at the beginning. This all along my under eye. Go in with my Spectrum A13 brush, which is just like a short flat smudging brush, and I'm then going to use the shade Love Letter from the Modern Renaissance palette, and I'm just going to pop that right
as close to the lash line as physically possible. This is just going to add a bit of dimension. Going with the shade Vermeer and using my Spectrum A12 brush, I'm going to pop that shade along my brow bone, and I'm going to put that in my inner corner as well. Eyeliner, I'm going to be using my Kat Von D tattoo liner. My brows with the NYX tinted brow mascara in the shade Brunette. Using the unicorn lashes in Buttercup. This is one of my favourite sets of eyelashes. While the glue is setting on those, I'm going to apply my mascara. And the mascara I'm going to be using is the Tarte Cosmetics Lights Camera Lashes mascara. For lips, I'm going to be using the Tarte Cosmetics Tarteist Lip Paint in Exposed. That's kind of the finished look.